When the girl was imprisoned, she discovered something terrifying. Among a pile of letters, she found her own death certificate. She had died less than 2 hours after birth. Before she could react, she found among another pile of letters a missing person notice from over a decade ago. The time when the couple on the notice lost their baby was the same day as her death date. Connecting all this information, Daisy instantly understood. The woman's child had actually died shortly after birth, but to satisfy her twisted possessive desire, actually stole her from the nursery. But watching her grow up day by day, the woman worried that Daisy would leave, so she used veterinary drugs to destroy her or legs. Learning the truth, Daisy couldn't help but cry in pain. She wondered that perhaps her biological parents might still not have given up searching for her. Just as Daisy was overwhelmed with grief, the woman walked in, seeing the letters scattered on the floor. The woman understood that Daisy already knew everything. To make Daisy willingly stay, the woman took out prepared equipment, planning to use neurotoxins to erase her memory. Daisy didn't want to be controlled anymore, so she quickly hid in the storage room and locked herself inside. Looking at the insecticide on the wall, she suddenly had an idea. The moment the woman opened the door, Daisy immediately drank the entire bottle of insecticide. By the time the woman tried to save her, it was too late. She could only take her to the hospital. Fortunately, under the doctor's emergency treatment, Daisy successfully survived. However, that the woman who had hurt her for years was waiting outside the door. This scene frightened her, but she couldn't speak. Seeing this, Daisy wanted to seek help from a nurse, but the anesthesia hadn't worn off yet. She could only use her fingers that still had feeling to call for a nurse. Through eye signals, she had the nurse bring pen and paper. Just as she was halfway through writing her plea for help, an alarm suddenly sounded from the intensive care unit. Seeing this, the nurse immediately went to provide support. The woman took the opportunity to disconnect Daisy's equipment, then took advantage of the hospital's chaos to try to take Daisy away quietly. The woman didn't celebrate for long. The nurse on the other side quickly returned to the room and discovered the note Daisy had left behind. This made the nurse sense something was wrong. She immediately called security to search for Daisy. Hearing the announcement, the woman realized things had been exposed, so she quickly took out the gun she had prepared. At this point, she had gone completely insane, not allowing anyone to separate her from Daisy. When she tried to take Daisy away via another route, the wheelchair suddenly got stuck on something. No matter how hard she tried, she couldn't push the wheelchair. The woman sensed something was wrong and pulled off the blanket, discovering that Daisy was blocking the wheelchair with her feet. This scene made the woman extremely angry. At the same time, security had already arrived. The woman was about to raise her gun when she was shot by security officers and then fell down the stairs. Daisy's nightmare was finally over. 7 years later, the woman who had hurt her was sent to a mental hospital, and Daisy gradually recovered with the help of kind-hearted people. She would visit the woman from time to time. Each time, when no one was paying attention, she would secretly spit out the poison she kept in her mouth and then force feed it to the woman.